Welcome to our channel, the fastest, most complete update of shocking details, unexpected twists and earth-shattering secrets from the storm-making TV series, Beyond the Gates. In today's video, we will take you to the extremely tense and dramatic episode, airing on Wednesday, July 16th, an episode that will keep you glued to the screen with a series of consecutive shocks. The story will reveal the truth buried for 2 years, explosive power confrontations and the collapse of what was once considered the most sustainable at Fairmont Crest. Prepare yourself, because what you are about to read will leave you breathless before the storm is about to hit. Martin appears to the public with a cold, calm demeanor that is scary. But deep inside is an angry volcano waiting to erupt. No one could have imagined that the seemingly harmless press conference in the central square would become the stage for a shocking event that would completely change the landscape of Fairmont Crest. When the first words came out of Martin's mouth, the crowd was still whispering with curiosity, but in just a few seconds, that curiosity transformed into deadly silence. Martin did not just hint or beat around the bush, he ruthlessly threw out a truth that had been buried under the ashes of lies, cover-ups, and hatred for 2 years. The death that had shocked Fairmont Crest 2 years ago, a death that everyone believed was an unexpected accident, was now exposed as a carefully staged crime. And it was none other than Martin who held the key to everything that had been hidden in the dark. His announcement was like a thunderous explosion, tearing apart the curtain of falsehood that had covered the small town that seemed peaceful. All eyes were on him, no longer out of curiosity, but out of fear, horror, and anger. Every detail of Martin's words was like a knife, cutting into the memories of the people of Fairmont Crest, forcing them to face the pain they had tried to bury for so long. He left no room for doubt as he presented irrefutable evidence, photos, recordings, hidden autopsy reports, and even a confession from an unexpected witness. While the shock of that confession had not yet subsided, on the other side of town, Anita returned after a long absence. The first thing that caught her eye was the devastated scene of the house she had called home. The pictures were broken. Objects were thrown around as if this place had just experienced a destructive rampage. Anita stepped through the door in a daze, her heart pounding, not just because the house was destroyed, but because of the deep feeling that everything she had believed in might have collapsed completely. The air in the house was thick with an unnameable sadness. Every crack in the wall seemed to scream of broken relationships, secrets, and promises that had dissolved in a whirlwind of lies and hatred. Every step Anita took seemed to stir up a memory. A pain that she did not want to remember, but could not forget. She silently saw the torn photos, the souvenirs thrown into dark corners, as if her past had also been strangled and discarded mercilessly by invisible hands. And then she suddenly understood, the nightmare she had been running away from had now erupted, and no one could extinguish it. At the same time, an underground war is brewing in the heart of Fairmont Crest, where power is always the ultimate weapon and no one wants to be the loser. Vernon and Bill, two names that once symbolized a fragile balance, now stand on opposite sides of the battle line. Between them is no longer a simple disagreement, but a life-and-death confrontation, where only one can continue to stand firm. Vernon, who was once praised for his composure and vision, has now become cold, decisive to the point of cruelty. He understands that if he does not strike first, he will be the one swallowed by Bill's bottomless ambition. On the contrary, Bill, a man of never-resting calculations, also clearly understands that the moment to strike has come. Both are like two animals cornered, forced to bare their fangs and claws to survive. The confrontation took place not only behind closed doors, but also spilled out into the corridors of power, secret meetings, and late-night phone calls. Every move, every decision they make is life or death. Vernon's loyalists begin to waver as Bill unleashes a series of unexpected tactics, from bribery to intimidation, from manipulating the media to exposing the opponent's past. Vernon refuses to be outdone, he counterattacks by exposing the secret deals Bill made, rekindling old relationships that had been buried, and drawing to his side former allies of the enemy. Every day is a bloody game, where there is no room for hesitation or weakness. Outsiders begin to shudder as they witness the storm of power intensify, threatening to engulf Fairmont Crest in chaos and betrayal. The polarization is becoming more and more evident, and everyone understands that the outcome of this battle will not only affect two people, but also decide the fate of the entire town. In this context, Martin's confession becomes the catalyst that ignites all the smoldering fires. Some believe he is telling the truth, others believe it is just a political ploy. But no one can deny that the entire town is now on the brink of a cliff. Those who once stood in the shadows are now revealed, secrets that were locked away in safes are exposed to the light. And those who seemed innocent are dragged into a vortex of guilt, regret and choice. Fairmont Crest is no longer the peaceful town it once was, it has become a battlefield, where the past, present and future are intertwined in a maze with no way out. Martin, Anita, Vernon, Bill, each in a different direction, but all bound by invisible strings of fate, of wrong decisions and deadly secrets. And when the night falls, no one can be sure whether they will wake up in the light, or be buried forever in the ashes of a truth that has been forgotten for too long. Stay tuned to our channel so you don't miss the next developments, where each episode is a bomb waiting to explode. And the truth is no longer a luxury, but the only thing that can save or destroy everything. Don't forget to follow and subscribe to the channel to always be the first to update the next earth-shattering twists of Beyond the Gates.